Okay, welcome back. Creating Art Over 70, signed Rufus. Um, I'm going to continue on with the Playas Gato Maya painting here. It took me a minute to sit back and kind of wrap my head around how I wanted to approach putting in some of the floral arrangements in the piece. Um, I was visualizing it in my mind, but I just could not see it on the piece on the canvas. So I was stuck. I was stuck. And so what I did is I just took back and I just took it easy for a while, finished some of the household things that needed to be done, um, and just thought about it for a minute. Then I realized that I needed to look at some references because this is total construction of this piece. It's not a specific reference out that I have that says this is what I'm reproducing here in with a little bit of variations. However, so I'm piecing this together with multiple different type of references. However, the floral arrangement I want to use didn't doesn't really it doesn't really fit the contour of the plane that the cats are sitting on and the little hilly slope here. So I was trying to picture in my mind how to utilize that, how to implement that in the piece with the floral arrangement that I'm trying to use here for this piece. Okay, so what I did was I just did a little Google search on flowers on the ground or plane or something. I can't remember what the Google search was anyway. However, I was able to find a a reference here that has the concept in it. Hey, let me pop my head out of the way for a minute. You take a look at this reference here. It has the concept that I'm trying to accomplish here, meaning that it'll slope down right here. It'll slope down, for example, like in the piece here that I have. And then I have it coming around just a little bit here. And then I'm coming straight out with the rest of it. Just coming straight out to us with the rest of it like that, right? So anyway, this has it. It has what I'm looking for, meaning the depth and the perspective. I wasn't quite grasping it with respect to putting in the floral arrangements. So now I have a reference with it has a little bit of the perspective in it that I'm trying to um, paint in this piece. So I'm ready to move forward with it. So enough of that being said, let's just get busy and start working on some more of the Playas Gato Maya pastel painting. Thank you. See you in a minute. It's funny sometimes when you start a piece, for me anyway, when I start a piece, I have a pretty good idea of the direction I want to go. And far as how far along you take the piece, that's all up to you. And I'm never afraid to change a piece. Yeah, I was kind of relaxing, taking care of some of the items around the house. We just had go up a little higher. We just had some replacement windows. The last four replacement windows put in, and had to deal with that a little bit. what's so cool, like that was the last four, so everything is pretty much done. Um, and so I just needed to make sure that was able to put back the shades, just covered the windows. That was kind of challenging because the older windows were made of a type of a metal, and the rod bases for the blinds and the shades was bolted right into that window frame, which was like, oh no, you can't do that. That wasn't me doing that project, so. So anyway, I had to figure out an alternate way to do it for the newer windows, and it took me a minute to sit down and come up with that. And so it was all in good time too. It was cool. On a good note, though, I went to see my barber today. That is such a pleasant experience. My barber here in Rosarito is incredible. He's actually, the barber, being a barber is kind of an art in itself. Because I watch him when he's working on my hair, on my head. Not like I have a lot of hair, but anyway, he starts cutting, he steps back and takes a look at what he's doing. Then does a little bit more, and just till he sculptures, he's just like, it looks like he's just sculpturing what it is he wants to do. With maybe a little much with that. I think I'm not sure where I'm going with. He's incredible. I just watch him work. He's just like he's doing a painting. He just sculpturing it in, trying to make it work how he thinks it should be, where it's not only pleasing to him, but it's pleasing to me as his customer, as his client. So it's a really nice experience. It's like a treat. It's like treating yourself to it. Because what he does, not only does he let's go a little lighter than that. Not only does he cut my hair, but he gives me a little shave, and what's so cool about it, before the shave part, he puts a warm towel on your face, I guess to make the hairs softer. And then while that's heating up, he gives you a like facial type massage, which is so cool. Up to the towel, he has a little handheld vibration massaging tool, and it works real well. And then after that, he finished doing the shave. He does facial. I'm like, oh man, okay, that is so cool. He puts the facial on, and you just sit there and relax for a while, and then not only while the well, let me back up. While the warm towel is on you, there's like a sauna type of a little heat flow breeze blowing across your nose, so it's kind of relaxing. And then after that, all is done. The haircut, the shave, alignment, all that is done. Before he lets you out the chair, he continues on with the massage. He gives you a back of the neck, shoulder massage. Like the first one was like facial and temple area, but the back of the neck, shoulder massage is awesome. But you won't believe it when I tell you that you get all of that, the haircut, the shave, the facial, the massages, the semi like spa treatment. You get all of that for like 350 pesos. That's incredible. That's unheard of. If you do the math, I think 350 pesos runs around about $17.50, somewhere around there. Maybe with the fluctuation of the dollar and the peso, it's no telling sometimes. So incredibly important to have the right tools. I tell you, sometimes when you feel like you have a block, it's so cool when you just sit back, take a look, analyze what you have done so far, and then really try to get a solid, vivid vision as to where you really want to go. And the beauty of that is, for me anyhow, I like to use that term for me anyhow, because sometimes speaking, and it because it works well for me, it doesn't necessarily work well for someone else. me anyhow, it's very, very important for me to have a real solid vision. And and on this particular piece, I was stumped for a second there. I knew where I wanted to go, but I didn't know how to get there. I had no visual map, because this is a total envisioned composition based on a few different references put together. So trying to work it out, get the best we can. I think I'm going to do something different for the music, because I am totally confused with respect to the copyright, non-copyright, and all that stuff. The truth is, like, I just want to paint, throw up some videos, and share. That's all. And so all the copyright stuff, I'm like really confused with it. Even though I think I'm not using copyright stuff, by the time it gets over there, gets on YouTube, it seems to change its mind, and all of a sudden it wants to be copyrighted or something like that. I'm not sure how to say it, but one case was I had uploaded one of the video sessions in the past. It said restrictions none. I said cool, and then I did. I think I just selected the thumbnail or something like that. Yeah, the auto-generated thumbnail, and then when it saved it, it came back with copyright restriction thing. Although it may not impact your video at this time, blah blah blah. That stuff. It's crazy. So my plan is here. I'm listening to music in the background. However, I'm not recording what I'm listening to, and I'm just going to put together I think maybe a few nice little playlist strings with the audio editing software, and just use that in the videos. I think that'll work. That's the plan, anyway. We'll see how it works out. I think it'll work out relatively well, because it's the music. It's they don't give you a long time of the musical stream that they give you, of the little download that they give you. I'm talking about the I think I got two sources, like Premiere videos stuff, and the YouTube stuff, right? YouTube stuff. So from all that, I should be able to get something in play, I think. Let's put together some playlists and just remix them. And call it a day. 'Cause I just, the whole purpose is just so you as a listener will have something to listen to while watching, the little time when I speed up these videos. Type of a thing. I'm totally just experimenting here when I'm painting with some of this stuff. Oh man, so sorry. I had paused it. My cat was asking for some attention, and I paused the video, and I was just talking away, and nothing was happening. So forgive me for that. I was talking about doing a piece from start to finish. I hope maybe I covered that already. I hope so. In just pan pastels, and I was talking about one of the main issues you run into when you first get started is storage, where you're going to put the pieces that you paint. So me and mine are all under glass that I've given away to people, but I tell them if you want to change the frame, be very careful because you can smear the painting. And so I've been looking into fixatives. Listening to the pros and cons and trying to make a decision. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some testing. I'm gonna do some pieces on just regular pastel paper and maybe some other types of papers. And then to try it out to see how it would work. Okay, well, I think that's enough for this session. There was quite a bit of work and thinking here. It seems to be coming in. It's just coming in. I don't know how to explain it more than just I just keep trying things. Experimenting here. The main thing I'm trying to do is stay in the same range or the same primary color when I'm doing it. Even though it may look a little lighter, it's still all in the purple range when I was trying to build out the little flower that are running along the underneath here and throughout the ground scene and also here in this area. And then I broke into some green. I interjected, you may not have noticed, but I interjected a little bit of white just to see how it would work. I didn't need to do that, but I wanted to see how it would work. I could have used the higher, lighter blue, but I just wanted to test it. I'm probably not going to stick with it. We'll see. Because I'm thinking about doing some lighting and shadows so it really pop, kind of dynamic type lighting and shadows. Where the light is coming in from one direction, and then, you know, the surfaces that catch that light, and then where the surfaces are behind something or out of direct contact with the light, we'll get the shadows. And so I'm gonna try to. I think I might want to try that with this piece. This is an experimental piece, and I'm really having a ball with it. It was tough. It was really tough trying to really come up with an approach to get the flowers in and not have them look like they just were thrown into the picture, right? And so what I'm trying to do is make the larger flowers look like they're a little bit more in the foreground, and that Playas and Maya are behind this small group of flowers, and then the rest of the flowers will be just ground covering, and it'll work out like that. And so then we'll get to work with it from there. But I really wanted to try to get just this few little clump of flowers in here, throw some little purple buds on some little blossoms on the others, and just see where it goes, with the picture. Okay, and I'm trying to keep the flow where it still points inward towards the subject. So anyway, it's time to take a break. I'm starting to yawn and stuff like that. So this is a good place to stop here, and we'll pick it up from there in the next session. Thank you so much. Creating Art Over 70. Signed Rufus. Painting with a Passion. See you in the next session. Peace. Blessings.